Good morning, Matthew. Good morning, Ava. Daddy spent a long time away from this YouTube thing. Not much has changed since Daddy's went away. But Matthew's got another year older. You're 8 years old. Happy birthday, son. I hope you got the card and things. I don't expect you'll get anything. I'm sorry I've not sent anything for you to receive and open. Everything I've sent you in the past has been sent back. This year we've had over 1,000 subscribers. We say a big thank you to those people coming on. It's up to them what they want to say when they come on here. But you do notice that a lot of people come on and belittle fathers, belittle the rights of children. And still in the UK, his fathers are taking their life more often than anyone else in the world through suicide. We're pushing more money for the feminist child abuser. It's always done because of chauvinistic type behaviour. Men making girls feel uncomfortable. Men don't make girls feel uncomfortable. Little predators do. And the thing is, if you become a feminist, you protect paedophiles and predators. And women shouldn't be funded to protect paedophiles and predators. But still we want to fund that. It's going to be 2 years since I come on here with this same channel, not shut down, and I get to see paedophiles and predators and let you know about these parasites tearing families apart and pushing fathers into suicidal positions where they've got nothing else to live for. So on January the 20th, I think it's 2 years. 2 years ago we set off to Romania, Bulgaria, the Czech Republic, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium. And in most of those countries we had the police sent to us from the Polish and British embassies. Because attempting to do awareness campaigns for the safety of children is near impossible as a father when every penny's pushed on to vile feminists, you know, the chauvinistic child abusing women that we have funded for the last 30 years. The only perverted people that you really see, I'm saying 30 and 40-year-old men have no interest in women anymore. We've been pushed too far by the attitudes of stinking feminists who abuse children and break up family. And when I come on here and speak, I don't come on looking for numbers or looking for any particular people. I know the people that want to come on and be nice will come on and be nice, and the ones that want to come on and back up feminist child abusing liars, they'll do that as well, because that is who we fund. Paedophile protectors. So from the 1,000 people, we'll normally get 1 or 2 people come on. I think there's a handful of people on just now, so good morning. Thank you very much for stopping by. Sweden, thank you very much. Where are you from? Sweden. Nice to meet you too. I hope you have some good conversation. And you are pleasant and kind to one another. Now, it was my son's 8th birthday, just a couple of days ago. My mother doesn't get to see her grandchildren, but that's because of this fine woman, a feminist. a child abuser, a known child abductor, a woman that's lied about being raped, a woman that's called me a terrorist, a woman that's called me a stalker, doing anything and assisted and funded by both Poland, the feminist organisations, and the Scottish paedophile network, which we call a government. Now, the Polish paedophile network, which they call the Catholic Church, the government is just like a little club, whereas the Scottish government is a very well-funded government and isn't just a club, it's a paedophile network. The Polish Catholics are abusing children and protecting paedophiles with white collars. Polish feminists, Scottish feminists, they protect paedophiles and predators who abuse children. And right now we have MPs, feminist female MPs, talking about chauvinistic behaviour, when the chauvinistic behaviour comes from 60 and 70-year-old females who think it's fine to continually talk sexually or talk about men's bodies or come straight on to men the way I've seen that men are supposed to. In the 70s and 80s, men are supposed to act like this, and I believe they did, pinching bottoms and saying that women had nice legs and bodies. Now, old women do that constantly. 30 and 40-year-old men cannot be bothered with these feminist women anymore. Women that are abusing children. Women are abusing children every day. The most disgusting women are feminists, and they're in our governments. They're talking about chauvinistic pigs making women feel danger, and even spreading to the fact that schoolboys and school children can make the teacher feel in danger. That teacher should not be teaching. If that teacher's a stupid little feminist girl whose feelings come first, she'll be teaching no child anything other than how to have hurt feelings. So many, we've got about 10 people come along today and one's pressed like. Thanks very much for pressing like. Thanks very much for subscribing. You know, if you've came along here in the past, we don't care much about that. Do you want me to read your thing? Dude, I think you're overreacting a bit. Laugh out loud. Dude, I think you're overreacting a bit. Laugh out loud. I'm talking about the abuse of my children. You pig-headed freak. You idiot. You fool. This is exactly what's wrong right now. We have stupid little boys, or it's feminists. Women who abuse kids. Women are abusing children every day. Men are choosing to stay away from you, feminist pigs, because you hurt and abuse children. You protect paedophiles. Paedophiles are happy within their communities, protected, when feminists are running things, and feminists are running everything right now. You've got no care for children. You've got no care for mothers. You've got no care for femininity. My mum still at times is supposed to receive details from my children. I'm not allowed to receive any pictures or anything from my children. I'm not allowed to receive them. Now, every single false allegation's been proven to be false, and they keep listening to this child abusing liar that's called me a rapist, a stalker, every single thing. So I understand why there's 1,000 people, over 1,000 people on here. It's had 500,000 views on here, and what, 2 people are watching? Who's that? Is this the police or the government watching? Or some wee paedophile watching? Or is it the wee Polish child abuser watching? Because that's what we have. That's who we fund. Your mates will go away, your brothers and family, they'll go away. They'll fall aside. Especially if they're Freemasons, sell out piglets. And that's what they are. Boys that call themselves men and fathers who don't help. They're child abusers that like this little parasite saying chill. He's a parasite paedophile protector at the very best, more than likely a paedophile himself. This is who we have on here. I was told as soon as I started to talk with these little boys and with these little girls, I'm talking about the fanatical child abusing sellout pigs. That's who these are. They don't have real pictures. This is my face. This is who I am. I'll walk out in the street and I'll talk to anyone. I'll make sure that my point gets across and it comes from me. And it's my point and it comes from me. These are little cowards. These are pretend friends, pretend family, pretend brothers, little boys that rape and abuse kids. And the thing that's wrong with this country is we've shifted from Christianity that doesn't rape and abuse kids. I'm not talking Catholicism, because Catholicism's joined in with the Talmudic Jews who rape and abuse babies, and then the Muslims who rape and abuse children. That's what's going on. If this was a Christian society, we wouldn't be raping and abusing and funding feminist child abusers to protect paedophiles, but that's what's going on. And you tell me to calm down? You tell me to calm down because you're a paedophile? You tell me to calm down because you're a feminist? And this does not need to have a calm demeanour when it already is. I'm telling you about the abuse of children and you're a thug, you're a pig. That's what you are. And the female versions are nothing more than Jill-booted thug pigs who abuse kids. Like the feminist child abusing ex-partner of mine, she sends my mother pictures and those pictures disappear. So the little crude child abusing scumbag Polish liar who abuses children, and my mother's a lady, by the way, and ladies with femininity is exactly what these little predators, the little paedophile protectors down here talking away. Expect, maybe, Buddha. Expect, accept, what is it you're trying to say, paedophile protector? There has been, over the last 2 years, mainly just parasites and child abusers come on. What are your thoughts on Scousers? My thought on predators and paedophiles are that you're going to face hell. And if you stand up in front of me, you want to come up and stand in front of me and say, what do you think about Scousers? I'll tell you your wee paedophile protecting face. I don't think much of any of you right now because you're parasites and you're absolute scumbags. You leave children in dangerous positions where they're getting abused, and that's who you protect. I'm going to touch you, but if you don't tell me the top, like you can see little predators, little paedophile protectors. Not one of them are men. I'm told you're across in Australia and the United States. Not many people in Europe, because that's where the paedophile protectors are abducting kids from and abducting kids too. Now we know Australia's awash with Scottish paedophilia. We know that the Scots come across, people from my own country come across India, Australia, New Zealand and spread intergenerational family paedophilia. So you Aussies across there, if you've got Scottish ancestry, you've got paedophile ancestry. That's what was going on across there. And trust me, I've got great Jewish friends in Australia and in Bondi. And Jacob, these aren't Jewish friends that put their religion first, they put their friendships first. And Jacob is a great friend of mine to the extent he travelled, 17,000 miles to come and be a friend across here in Scotland with me. So I want there to be peace through every family and every community. I don't want any fake religious cult like the fake Jews or the fake Muslims or the fake Christians or the fake Catholics or the fake... Because there's decent versions of these people and they don't harm children. But the vast majority that come on here are putting out details where children are to be led into positions where they feel unsafe, where they don't feel safe, and you call yourself a man or a father? These women call themselves mothers. We know behind your little fake profile is a little paedophile protector, or we know there's a little jailboot thug pig, and what you do is abuse children and you push men, especially fathers, into positions where they feel hopeless and helpless. At birthdays, at Christmases, they miss out on everything, and my family's missing out on everything. My mother's missed out on everything because a little child abusing child abductor, a little bit who calls good men rapists, and every time she makes a false allegation, they listen to the child abusing, jail-booted thug pig, the Polish child abuser, proven in court, all of this. And you can still come on here and be little children and fathers. And my mother, when she gets her pictures through, a little vile beast sends disappearing pictures to your granny. Is that what you do? Is that what you would do if you had any children? And I don't mean the little piglet here, the with the fake face, the scumbag coward. Come and be a man in front of me. See if you're 6.5 foot tall or 7 foot tall. I'll get through you. I'll be your diarrhea. Believe me. You're nothing but a coward, wee man. I'm here for fathers. I'm here for real mothers. I'm here for people that protect children. And I see it every day. I see it every day. I've left this for a couple of weeks for good reason. Because I don't want to come across these little paedophile protectors with fake names, fake YouTube accounts, fake everything. You could be my actual brother with a fake account and a fake name because you're a wee parasite. You're a parasite. Every one of you call each other brothers and you're not a brother to anyone. You're not a father to any child. You're nothing. You lost the plot. I've lost many plots. But the thing is, my children were abducted by a child-abusing woman, a known liar, a thieving pig, someone who actually belittles mothers and grandmothers, calling herself a feminist, calling herself female, calling herself a mother. Our entire system, if there's a woman within the system, she's a beast like you. If there's a woman within the system, she's not feminine. She's not feminine. But if you're a wee boy, you are. You're a wee feminine boy with nothing between your legs. It doesn't protect children, but protects the jail-booted thug pigs. And that's what her mother is, a pig, a fat child-abusing pig. So I worry that my ex-partner, who had her children, was abused by this fat, ugly pig, because she's becoming that fat, ugly pig who abuses our children. And at the same time, every single false allegation has to be proven before you get to see your kids. At the same time, she's bullying grannies. That's who you protect. You protect granny bullying, child abusers. No wonder you're in the Freemasons. No wonder you go to a Catholic cult church. No wonder you're still in Poland. No wonder you don't speak out about the protection of children. No wonder you don't stand against the feminist paedophile protectors, the little chauvinist pig eastern star lowlife scumbags that put children like you in danger. You need men and fathers like me. You need men and fathers like me. Most cities lost already. Whatever that means. Okay. Don't want work, just benefits. Aye, I just want benefits, mate. I come here just to get the benefits. I get the benefits of Scotland. What type of benefits do you think I get, wee man? Eh? Eh? Paedophile boy. What benefits do I get? Come and put your wee paedophile face in front of me and I'll show you the benefits that I'll get in this city. Because it's not financial. I've had my fully paid mortgage house stolen by the Scottish paedophile network. I've had my children funded to be abducted and funded to call me a rapist by this paedophile network. And do you know the Polish Catholics? They fund it too. And see little rats like you get it. You get it. You'll come across a father like me and believe me, it'll be very difficult for you to do anything after that. Because you're a coward. What's that? Muppet. You can't even spell Muppet right. You're a coward. Go, come with your real face. Come with real everything. And what you'll do, you'll talk about a father and belittle a father who protects children. You protect women that abuse kids. You protect paedophiles. You protect granny beaters. That's who I've got in my channel. I've got 4 mates that press like. Thank you very much. I've got 4 people that protect children right on here right now. So there might be 19 people hating on kids. Listen, I know every woman I've ever met would abuse a child before any father I've ever met. Every single woman would put a child in danger when fathers wouldn't. Because the woman, especially the feminist, they put themselves first. They put them feelings first. They put all of that first. Read my message, mate, as I think it might help. Read my message, I think it might help you. There's an email you can contact me. See if you can help me. A wee high five and come and speaking like a man. Now, I'm barred from working in this country. I'm stopped because I'm called a criminal. Now, if you come and speak to me, you know I'm not a criminal. I'm a great businessman. I'm a good father. I care about you and I would love you. I just cannot stand paedophile protectors. I can't stand people that come across and cause trouble for no reason, but it's not no reason. They're funded paedophile protectors. The wee guys on here, the wee rats on here, they're funded. But I would love to get help from many of you beautiful people. There's 6 people that liked me. I feel so happy and Christmas and joyful and festive. But the thing is, see my mum, when she get pictures of her granny and grandson and granddaughter, they disappear. As soon as the little child abusing Polish boot that's funded to abuse children, that's what you protect. Maybe you just hate me because I'm wearing a teenage like clothes. I've got white hair like a 99-year-old woman. But you've got the same right as me to come on here, put your own face up, have your own opinion, and tell the world that you stand up for family and children. You stand against abusive feminist women, especially with their chauvinistic pig routine, which they're constantly coming out with. Oh, we're frightened. Children are frightened of you because you're a feminist pig. I'm afraid that the femininity's gone from all feminists. You don't have it. My mother is a very feminine. Why? Because she's not a feminist pig. She's not an Eastern Star pig. She's not a Freemasonic pig. She's not a Catholic pig. But I'm sure she's been involved in all of that. There's not one person in my family that's not been involved in these fake religions that abuse, the fake paedophile peddlers. Most of the money's going into the little parasites on here. Protect boys that abuse kids, protect women who abuse grannies and children. There's a Polish woman and you know she's a liar, you know she's a child abuser, you know she's a child abductor, court documented, you know she's lied about being raped, and there's women that you should support that have been raped. There's real women, real rape victims, and you ignore them because a woman who abuses kids is supported so she can lie about being raped. And you come and attack a man like me for looking stupid, for sounding a bit silly, for giving his opinion. You want to hate on me more rather than the message. The message is pretty damn clear. I've not got to see my kids for years. My mother gets disappearing messages, and if you don't see the cruelty and stupidity behind that, I mean, I know, like, Kasia, you're going to burn in hell. Your mother already is the fattest, most mean, cruel, ugly, child-abusing pig anyone could look at. And you are the same thing. I love to see the wee love thing. WhatsApp, it's an automatic thing where you can only view a picture once. Unfortunately, ask your mum. You can ask her just now, she's in here if you want to ask her. Change the photo settings so the pictures can be seen more than once. That's so good. You actually being kind and you're putting love hearts and you're being nice to me. What's happening? That's Snapchat. I don't really know. I have WhatsApp on my phone. I don't have any data on my phone. As most of you know, I can't afford that because I'm lazy and I don't work and I get benefits. That's what I get. No, I'm barred from working. I'm a very capable man. I am very capable. But the only people we fund are little incapable, child-abusing, pedo-protecting, scumbag feminists. That's who we look after. Why? Because all our actors, all our football players, all our sportsmen, they're all into paedophilia. All of them. All of them. All of them. Everyone you support. Everyone. That doesn't mean there's not good guys in amongst them. That doesn't mean they're not there. That just means you don't look and you're protecting the paedophile. And I'm letting you know very plainly, they are disgusting. They're demonic child abusing liars. And my ex is supported because she's a demonic child abusing liar. I mean, how can my children ever have any hope when fathers are completely put out the picture and we're funding the violent feminist and beautiful women like my mother, my family, people I know, people you know, beautiful mothers or grandmothers, they're not part of their own grandchildren's lives, their own children, their own flesh and blood. Why? Because my ex-Polish missus wants a handbag, or her manky, disgusting, abusive mother wants to be a mother again, and she sold off her children. What did Kasia get? Kasia got a new flat. She got a flat, a bigger flat. You can have the children at night and we'll have the children 7 days a week and as many hours as we want. You go out and play, Kasia. You go out and fondle wee boys and fondle wee girls and see everyone's bad because you're dead good. You're a child-abusing Polish liar. You're a feminist, uneffeminate, child-abusing parasite. Do you not see it so plain? You come on and call me names. I know my hair's like a 90-year-old woman's. My granny was called Josie, I'm called Joseph. My mother's called Joe. All of us have super white hair. I don't know why that is. But the more I look into it, I think it's because I had my tonsils removed as a child, and your tonsils are your first line of defence. Here we go, this is what we're into. Like, see the funding? Funding is for this. For spraying shit on top of you that you breathe in, so you catch wee nasty diseases, and then they can come back and sell you vaccines, which you know you don't work. In fact, it's not that they don't work, they poison you. They've pushed my children into all these things, and I know, it's like, oh, you're anti-vax. No, I wasn't. I'm anti anything that's causing pain and disturbance in your life. Do you not see? Do you not open your eyes and check for yourself? Oh no, the paedophile protectors pay me some money to come and attack you. I know they do. I know. Come with your real face on. Come in front of me in the flesh. Come and attack me in the flesh. You'll be walking away and we'll be pals at the end of it. You'll be walking away friends with me. I'm not a very hateable person. You have to put a lot of effort into hate. Unsubscribe, unsubscribe, unsubscribe. I'm not in this for your subscriptions. I'm not in this for your likes. I'm not in this for anything other than letting the message out that it's about time that you listen to a father, because if you don't, you're going to hell for a long, long time, and you're going to have a big millstone around your neck. Kasha, you're protecting and abusing. You're protecting those who abuse. Oh my goodness me. Polish women abuse children. Thanks very much. Subscribe. But there's over 1,000 subscribers and there's only 19 on here. There's over 1,000 subscribers. There's eight likes. 8 likes. Do you see? I'm not after these likes, subscribe. I'm not after what these YouTubers are after. Now, that doesn't mean YouTube doesn't send me a lovely wee picture every month saying, listen, Joe, you've been in YouTube now for 2 years. You've had nearly 500,000 views. You've made such an impact and difference in the world and your community. You're not my community. 99% of you are not my community. I don't even like you. You endanger children. You abuse fathers to the point they kill themselves. You push men to suicide because you fund feminist bed-hopping slappers who abuse children, and all they need to do is turn on the boo-hoo, he raped me, did he? No, but Women's Aid are going to help me say that. Women's Aid? What do you mean? A funded charity's going to help me go to the police and convince the police to arrest you. Why? Because I get to abduct the children. That's what's funded. That's why I'm a bad father. That's why I've got 90-year-old women's hair. That's why I'm dressed not like a millionaire from what I was. I was in Australia and I was a millionaire. Oh, lucky me. What do you mean? I worked my backside off for 2.5 years to create what I had. Ask Paul Burkett. Ask Mike. Mike Irving. Ask Shane Ward. Go and ask them. Go and ask Shane Ward. Shane Ward's a multi-millionaire that owns APCO. Go and ask him if I was a hard-working man. I built it from the ground up. And I'm not allowed to work in this country. I was offered the same job to go and build Scottish Power's sales team. And do you know what happened? I'm sorry, but Scotland said you're a criminal and you can't get a job in this country. You can't run a Scottish Power sales team. We know you've done a fantastic job for Energy Australia to the extent that you had one of the biggest teams in Australasia, and your company was #1 in the marketing projects between 2003 and 2005. Why did you get #1 spots? Because my team worked hard. My company was decent. And right now, I don't deserve to, as a man and father, be separated from my children when I've proven I'm not a rapist and I was guilty before I was given any innocence. I've been told I was a terrorist and brought in by her friend in Poland. Her friend, Prosecutor Catherine, brought me in and threw me in a dungeon for 2 days as a terrorist. I've been done as a stalker. You name the crime, I've had it. I've had it put against me. Why? Because I'm a loving, caring, honest father. I'm sure many people think differently. I do at times. I'm totally against who I am. I'm totally against most of the things that I'm doing, like standing on here talking to you right now. My family loves me. My mother loves me. My children, who are forced to hate me deep inside, they love me. And if you've watched any of the previous videos past this, you'll see that. You'll see that my son and daughter are frightened of their mother. frightened of her granny. To the extent if I say, go say hello to mum, say hello, mummy's coming to see us, she'll be like, oh mummy. And her head went down in fear. What happened 1 week later? She was abducted by that same mummy. My daughter knew. My daughter knew inside her soul and spirit that that beast was coming to hurt her. Scottish, Irish, we love them all. Polish, we love them all. We love you. I love you. I love who you are. I love you coming on and want to speak to me. I love the fact that you'll have wee debates and who I am and what I'm like and if I'm really a criminal and why is this guy talking about paedophiles then saying that he was called a stalker and then he was put in prison for rape and everything. What? I've had so many more things happen. Why? Because we fund feminist child abusing women. I'm a bad man. I've made mistakes. I'm going to make more mistakes later on today. I've said things that's really poisoned and grieved the Holy Spirit inside me, because the Holy Spirit's inside you. And if you want something for Christmas, don't grieve the Holy Spirit. Don't, because you know He's there. You know it's you. Don't commit those sins. What is the hark the herald angels sing? See this? What I want for Christmas? What I want God and sinners to be reconciled. That's what I want. And if you want to pound away at me being a fool, then do so. Because I know I am a fool. I want to put my trust and love back into these feminist pigs that abuse kids. Because we have to love and trust them. And the thing is, after the court case with the child abduction court case, I had to trust a woman that called me a rapist. I had to trust a woman that said I lied about my dad having cancer. I had to trust a woman that stopped my child from going to see my dad when he was getting buried because he died within 6 weeks of that pancreatic cancer. I had to carry my dad up the stairs at a time when I didn't want to do it. I wanted to hug my children and I wanted to tell them I love them. I didn't want to carry my dad up the stairs to do a pee when he couldn't do any of that stuff because he was taken way too early. And I've got two older brothers and there's not one man in our family that's seen past 64. And if I don't get to see past 64, then I don't get to know my children ever at all. Maybe you big tough hard men can come across here and batter me today. If you want to show your face, come across. Show me how tough you are. Good morning, sir. Hi. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to have new people come along. Do you know what? Right now, it will help my feelings. Press like. Go on. Oh, there's love pouring up the side. That's great for me. That makes me feel special. That makes me feel loved. And for the people that write horrible comments, they get really upset when you send me some love. They get really upset, especially the Polish woman who's angry and hateful, abusive, like deceitful. She hurts her own children and she does it all so she gains. How can you gain from hurting your own children? How can you gain from sending Nana disappearing messages? How can you gain from making sure you hate half of who you are? Hello, little child. Daddy's a pig. Hate who you are. I hate your daddy. But inside is half of me. Love that half. Love the Polish feminine half. Oh, feminine? I mean feminist. It's got to stop. We've got to show fathers some love. We've got to show children support. Even if you're a man out there and you don't have kids, you can be a father. I was born a father. I know that. I've got two older brothers, and you know what? As a young kid, I would I had to. A middle brother, and he had to, if you play a family game, he had to win the game. And as a younger child, you learn a lot. You learn a lot when you have to lose. And you know what? Dr. Hook told me, it doesn't matter how many times that I might think I've been beaten or lose. See, if I keep in this game, I'll win. If I keep in this, me and my children are going to win. If you keep in this long, if you keep the long game and you keep healthy, every morning, for those that have been here for quite a long time know I plank in the morning. I started planking only 3 months ago, but I've been planking for years. But like 3 months ago, I could do 1 minute of planking. And I've tried to increase that. How have I tried to increase it? What's it called? Brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF. Brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Now, it does mean that you have to put yourself through stress. It does mean that you have to push your body into positions where it might be -2. You might not have heating in your house. You might have no food to eat. But you can try and achieve 10 minutes of planking and put your body through all kinds of stress, and your stress and coping of that stress is going to increase. You will start to build new neuro-linguistic pathways in your hippocampus. You will start to create new pathways so you have better ways of thinking. That's what happens with something so basic as the plank, and all you have to do is increase a few seconds every day. That's how I try and keep this positive mental attitude. I try and keep positive talk, and it's near impossible to keep positive talk when you're on YouTube. There's things on here that rape children. There's things on here that protect rapists. There's things on here that protect paedophiles. There's wee things, like male and female little things that abuse kids and protect the abuser. And then they get funded to pretend that they're protecting children. That is the example of what a female MP is. She's there. I would never leave my children with any female MP, but my children have been abducted by a woman I could never trust again. My children have been abducted and sold by a feminist Polish child abusing liar, and it doesn't seem to matter that it's all court documented and she's still a child abusing pig, keeping children away from Nana. They can't even get a picture to Nana. Want me to read that out for you? I was falsely accused of things by my ex and haven't seen my son for, is that 13 years? 13 years. Please tell me about what you were accused of so I can decide if I can support you. What? What? That is not the words of a man. That is not the words of something you trust. Like, that's got to be examined. You've got to be examined. Exactly, it's bait. Now, I've just told you about every accusation. If you can go back and listen to this again, you go back. Every accusation has been spread amongst the Polish circuit of feminist boots. And I'm talking every single judge, every prosecutor, friends of the Catholic family, friends willing to abuse kids, friends willing to put paedophile collars on little boys and call them priests, and they stand up in front of you and tell you how to be a good Christian or good Catholic or good child abusing parasite. Now, don't you dare ever talk to a man and father in that way. All you need to go any little feminist society and see what false allegations they are willing to use. Edinburgh Women's Aid wrote I was a rapist. Edinburgh Women's Aid wrote I beat and raped my ex-partner. Not once, but every week. Now, it took years, and you can never prove that you're not a rapist, so don't dare tell me about your support. I don't want your support. You mean nothing. And if allegations have gone against you, face them. Face them. She called her father a rapist, and it was written by a charity, and the charity was funded. Yeah, she sold that charity out years later. It ruined my life. And she stood up and said, but Women's Aid wrote the story out and told me to say that he was beating me every week and told me to say that you were a useless man and told me to say you raped me. And I said to the police straight away, when was I supposed to have raped this bed-hotting woman? And they said, you're supposed to rape her every week. And they knew I was not any abusive man. They knew the story was a lie. They knew Women's Aid had written that same story for 100 other women. I know other women that have been handed the same lies from Edinburgh Women's Aid. Audrey, my friend, I know we're not in the best place with each other right now, but I know deep down you love me, I know you love my family, and I know you love your children, and you wouldn't hurt other children. We're going to have these feminists stand up and finally speak out against the charities that were willing to lie about partners being rapists. I don't need any wee boy coming on here with a fake profile without his picture telling me that he might support me if I tell him all the stories. I couldn't care less what you think. I'm sorry that you might have faced false allegations or lost your son for any number of years, but my son is 8 years old just the other day, and my mother doesn't even get a picture that stays in her phone because this vile little child abusing boot is funded, and we are pushing the funding into schools. We're pushing these useless feminist women, and we're giving them positions as teachers, as MPs, as counsellors, as everything, and they're useless wee wicked women that would abuse their own family, and we're pushing them and they're standing saying women and girls need more funding, women and girls are facing trouble. No, you're funding the paedophile, you're funding the abuser, you're funding the chauvinist pig, and you're protecting the lot of them. You as a feminist protect chauvinist pigs. You as a feminist protect child abusers. You as a feminist protect paedophiles. You are their line of defence, because when you stand up and you want, but my voice is more important than anyone's as a feminist, you keep children quiet. You keep children in danger. You keep children in panic and fear and worry. You keep children away from their fathers and grannies and mothers and everything who's decent, because this Polish thing is not a mother. This Polish abuser is an abuser. Schools are like prisons. Reform over knowledge. Schools are like prisons. They're like paedophile camps. Right now, you need to be taking your child out and looking after your children. Right now, all through Europe and America, we have a paedophile network, and you call them government, you call them charity, you call them big business, and they're all one. Who's controlling them? The military-industrial complex controls all of these little fanatical beasts. They're employed to put comments on here. I'm a real man and father. You can have any opinion you want, but I'll stand up with the face that I own, the stupid hair that you don't like, and the stupid accent that I love. I keep this accent. I've travelled the world and I've been with people from Scotland. You know what? They sound like this now. They sound so different now. I don't sound like that because I'm from Glasgow. I don't sound like that. I can travel and spend 10 years in Australia and still sound like this. I don't sound like an Aussie because I'm not an Aussie. I don't sound like an American because I'm not American. I spent time and travelled Colombia, South America, Central America. I don't sound like anyone but me, because I stand up for me, my family, your family. I stand up for you as a father. I stand up for your children. I stand up for good mothers. Something that's 10 a penny. No, something we don't have. Good fathers are 10 a penny, but they're killing themselves. They're committing suicide every day. Finally, I have seen within East Renfrewshire one mother stand up, but because she's part of the Eastern Star and Freemasonic movement, she gets to talk about her son killing herself. I can't talk about being false allegations as rapist and wanting to kill myself. I wanted my life to end when I had all these false allegations. My children were taken away. I had no one on my side. They'd stolen my paid off home. Anyone that called me a friend was convinced I had done something wrong. They were all looking, like you can do on here. You can look into anyone. That's why I'll come on every single day. I'll come on bare-faced and naked to you. You can judge me. You can judge me. But my son Matthew and my daughter Ava deserve help. We deserve help. You know we do. You know we do. I might just be some wee silly Glaswegian man, but I'm a big, strong father. If you don't have anything between your legs, you want to come and speak to me, there is no fear inside me apart from the fear of God. There is no man, woman or child that frightens me apart from God himself right now, because I've had no reason to live. I've had no reason for years to live, none. And people still come on, call your names, put you down, make sure that you have no reason. And you know what, you can't do that to a man that's up every morning at 6 o'clock and he's planking in the freezing cold. I look like a fool. I sound like a fool, and I'm willing to show you how much of a fool I am, because I know one day you're going to help me. I know Marius, I love you, my friend across there. I know you stick up for me. I know Madja sticks up for me. I know your entire family stick up for me. I love you, I'm so thankful for that. And I have got men and women in Poland who stick up for me. I know mothers in Poland that have had their children, young children, taken away from because the father is a Freemasonic Catholic cult member and the mother's a Eastern Star child abusing parasite, like my ex's own mother. This is a lady and a woman. And this is my mum. And I'm proud that she's my mother. I love my mum. And she deserves to know her grandchildren. She deserves to know them. Before she doesn't have any more time here. The same as my dad was left. We contacted you. I told you my dad didn't have long. I told you he had cancer. You can come across and call me names or everything else. I don't mind. I don't care about any of this stuff. I don't care. I couldn't care less what you say to me anymore. I couldn't care. I want to help and love you. If you're a man out there and you think I'm homo, I'm not at all. Not at all. I cannot stand homosexuality. It's wrong, and that's part of the trouble, and that's part of what the feminists protect. I've nothing against the men themselves that are homosexual. I just wish they would stop being backbiters. That's it. They don't have to make the choice to sleep with and have sex with other men because it's wrong. It's a sin. They should not be doing it, and they're going to pay for that crime. But it's happened since the dawn of age, and possibly that's why most of you are protecting much of this. Well said, Joseph. Very few people say that, and very few people call me Joseph. Very few people are actually nice to me, so it's nice to see sort of love and kindness and these type of things, because I know I'm speaking about like the feminist cult, and I know there's so many beautiful women that support this feminist cult because they don't really fully understand it. But if I was to be part of a chauvinistic pig's cult, you might understand what I mean. Men, sorry, but 99% of men could rip most of the women apart, and they don't because they're gentlemen. And you're calling them chauvinistic pigs all day. You're calling them misogynists. You're calling them chauvinistic. You're saying that these women... No, you don't have... As a woman, you don't have the right to go up and try and belittle men. If a man belittles a man in front of a man, he gets beaten up. You think you can belittle a man because you've got this feminist movement and the right to what? The right to what? You've got the right to be as here and available and loving as anyone else. You don't need to hurt children anymore, women. Please stop. This is really, I wanted to say thank you this morning. I wanted to say Merry Christmas. I'm not big at supporting Christmas over the last number of years for very obvious reasons. My own family, my own brothers, they don't invite me along, and I know why. Like, I'm this. I'm this. I spent more time in Poland with brothers in Poland, and those brothers, they invite me into their home when they're not there. I've got a mate on here, and he'll give me access to his house, homes. And there's not just one of them. I've got many men, Polish men, that are there because you are toxic. I'm sure there are toxic people on here having conversations. I'm sure I'm toxic as well. But I'm telling you that there's these men that call me brother from different countries. And those countries I am pounding because they know Poland is nothing more than a paedophile racket set up with the Catholic Church to protect these little fake boy men with collars. They know that. Marish knows that. Piotrek knows that. I mean, it's like I could list a whole name of good guys that know this. It's just that they're coming across and calling me names. It's like, oh, cause you're toxic. Well, maybe to you I'm toxic. To a lot of people. To my ex-partner who abuses children, I'm toxic. My ex-partner right now, she is fuming. Because see, over the last 2 years, people, even though you still come on and call me rapist, terrorist, liar, whatever, you call me lots of names. Even though you do that, I'm gaining support, which means my children are gaining support. That's all I'm here for. I know that the Polish system is a fascist, child-abusing, Catholic, fear-mongering system that keeps children living in fear and hating half of who they are. That's what the Polish government is. Most fathers in Poland are being chased for money, and if they don't get money for the child from the feminist Polish Catholic boot, they get put in prison for a month. Every month that happens. I'm like, what? That's what you do in Poland? You actually you abuse fathers like that, and you're expecting your children to have good minds when they grow up, especially the young men? You fools! That's what Poland is. It's a hotbed of child abuse. Scotland started it. The UK, our entire all of our MPs, they're pedos, paedophile protect, a whole lot of them. You're crazy, man. You're toxic. Of course I am. I'm lots of negative things. I say lots of negative things to me, but I've started positive self-talk. And I need to. Because my children need me. And if you're a man and you've got children, your children need you. You might still be a little bed-hopping freak like a lot of these feminist women. Mate, you don't need to go sleeping bed to bed for all these little toxic beastly women. You don't need to do that. Because, you know, there's a very small percentage of men having sex with all of these women. Very small percent. Very small. They think they're successful and all they're doing is getting STDs. I'm talking directly to a few Polish friends here, by the way. You need to be careful. All these little toxic women you're going bed hopping with are going to affect you, and if you want to be a father, you need to stop that. But the thing is, it's more women I'm talking to. There's more women that are the bed hopping, cheating liars. The ones that will sell children. Because most men do not sell out children. Only paedophiles, only like homosexuals. Homosexuals are never going to have children. But in this country, two white homosexuals can have two African children. And that was shown as a joke on TV by Bruno or Ali G, or, you know, that it's been shown as a joke, but it's turned into reality. Now, you're allowed your opinion, but you're not allowed to abuse children. Poland, Gorzów Wielkopolski, the child abuse scandal, Lubuskia. You will not have enough money to pay me and my children. Lubuskia, I'm talking about Poland. You don't have enough money to pay me for the money that you're going to lose. Every Polish father stands with us. Every Polish mother stands with us. I know that's a dying breed because most of them are liars and they all want to protect themselves and what they have. Liked and subscribed. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be back this year, but I'm sure I'll come back at some point. I think it's taken a couple of weeks to come back on here because I didn't want to read that I was a stupid old woman that didn't deserve to see his kids, that would be better off killing himself, his children would be better never knowing him. I didn't want to read that kind of stuff. But then it's like, do you know what? These sick, broken little individuals that write this, they deserve help too, so I'm not going to give up because you hate me. I'm still going to keep loving. I love you. I hope you've enjoyed today. I'm sorry it's not been very long, but I want to go and give my mum a cuddle. I make so many mistakes with my family, with my friends, with my brothers, and you're right, I can be toxic. I don't mean to hurt you or be toxic like that, but I am sometimes, and I'm an utter knob. I'm sorry. I don't mean it. I know my actual family, blood family, I know some of them hate me and don't have time for me, and I understand that, because I've been a selfish man for the last 10 years, spouting about only wanting him and his kids to have time together and nothing else. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I love you too, brother. Hey. Replace pin comment. Positivity is placed. I hope to see you soon. I really do. Do something positive. It's a waste of time just whining and complaining. Try being an adult. Sorry, Mariusz, mate. I need to replace that with some little weirdo. Everyone can have a look at this little paedophile protecting parasite. I don't know if it's male or female, but it's not mother or father. It's not man or woman. And if it is woman, it's got no femininity, and it's probably a feminist, which means it's a paedophile protector. Thanks very much for coming along today. 31 people still hanging about with me. I've got a packet of prawn crackers. That comes from the Chinese takeaway. I'm sure some people still like Chinese takeaways. I don't eat takeaways myself, but mummy deserves takeaway. And birdies deserve prawn crackers. Press like, press subscribe, and always put your plastic in the bin that says plastic on it, even if they don't care. Like, I'll throw it in the plastic bin, but they'll come and mess the plastic, paper and glass together anyway. Love you. I'll speak to you later on. Thanks for sending me messages through while I was going live. Thanks for contacting me and calling you brother. Thank you for actually being a friend to me. For those being cruel to me and unkind, I love you. I really do. I really care for you, because I know you can only be cruel and unkind because you're hurting or have been hurt. And I really don't want that. I was hurting my time. I've been beaten and all of that stuff. I don't want beaten again. I don't want thrown in a Polish prison again. I want to hug my son and daughter and tell them I love them this Christmas. But my mother can't even get a picture for this boot. She sends disappearing messages. If you can't see that's just pure cruelty and evil, then maybe you're cruel and evil. Maybe I am too. Hey, but we all judge at some point. Top fans, who are you? Top fans, DC7783, Alistair Mac, LP Durham, or whatever that says there, Marie, always perfect, human. Get a life, guys, and use your own name. Use your own face, use your own name, and be proud of who you are, because if you're not, you're a paedophile protector, you're a predator, or you're not worth trusting. Take care! Bye bye! Matthew, Ava.